And when was the last time a directing category had 5 women and 1 man? Now, yeah, I did not bother to look that up, but I think we all agree it was never. And Philip Barantini for Adolescence. The Emmy goes to Philip Barantini.
I'm getting ready to pick all this up. I come in with gifts for you and everybody else, and the first thing you want to do is talk about what's on the counter. I don't need to talk about that. I haven't left. I know I need to clean this up. I'm not going to dirty up what you done cleaned up. That ain't even how I get down. But I come home 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2. Not even enough to make a mess for real. And the first thing you want to do is go griping that folks. I just made it in. What you want me to do?
I mean, it's a trash can right there.
The trash can ain't even right there. It's just a bag on the floor. The trash can is by the refrigerator.
Okay, so why
but
not?
I got a bag right here to throw the stuff away in.
But
you didn't give me no time.
Just don't leave
but
it
you
on
know what?
long.
You know what? Let me not pay the rent on time. Huh? Let me give you something to really fuss about then. Huh? Because staying here ain't cheap. And I'm going out there busting my face, blood, sweat, and tears to make sure that you got a place to sleep and somewhere to take a shower comfortably. We're in a nice neighborhood, not no bad one. And I'm giving my all to make sure that you ain't gotta be nowhere you don't want to be. Give me some time to get situated when I come to the house. I'm gonna make sure I clean up after myself. I'm not no child, I'm a grown man. Respect me. Or else I will gladly be late for the rent next month. Cause come on now. Folks ain't playing out here. They taking benefits from folks that's on Section 8 and food stamps. I'm doing everything I can to make sure we ain't on Section 8 and food stamps. That dog on it. Cleaning up my trash. I hate to be this bag right now because I'm about to destroy the bag because you ain't gave me no time to even come up in the house and clean up after myself. We just sat stuff down so we can kind of move around a little bit. You go doing all this hollering all willy-nilly. I'm about to whoop the do you and boy. Jesus be my strength because you tried me today. And I'm about to eat some more of your popsicles. Boy, I'm too tired.
And while I don't necessarily think that, you should come in making a mess, especially if somebody spent time cleaning, right? And I know we complain a lot about women not wanting to cook and clean, and she spent all day cleaning. I think the point is, you can give me a little space. Give me a little space to, kind of get what I'm doing. And give me a little space to get situated without griping and complaining and then fussing all the time.
Here are a few of my dating non-negotiables as a man with strict boundaries. These are my boundaries. You do what you want to do. These are mine. Say I get your number, you give me your schedule, and I plan a date. If for some reason you're busy on that date and you can't make it, it is up to you to give me the day that you're free or your next availability. I'm not about to keep asking. That's too close to begging. Play with somebody else. Number 2, if you ask me in our first few dates for nail, hair, shoe money, you're clipped. You're looking for a sponsor. You're not looking for a relationship. Why these things aren't already done? I don't care how much money I got. It's mine that I work for. Don't ask me to do some shit that you're not doing for yourself. Number 3, if by the 3rd or 4th date, you don't at least offer to buy a round of drinks or treat me to the next one, you're clipped. You're not a vibe. You're a bill. I would never let you pay, but at least offer. Make me think you want to pay. And if you forget to say thank you after I done planned and paid for this date, you're clipped. It don't cost you nothing to say thank you. Number 4, if I offer to pick you up or send you a car, you have a 5-minute window to get there. You knew about this date a day earlier and hours earlier. You should have been ready. I have pulled off after waiting 7 minutes before. You don't respect my time. I don't respect yours. Number 5, if we cannot do an active date, all right, tennis, hike, workout, it's clipped. You're clipped. I know me, I'm gonna catch the ick real fast. We just ain't gonna work out, literally or figuratively. Number 6, you like to go ghost for 2 and 3 days, or I find that you only respond when I text first, you're a clip. Ain't nobody that busy. It take you 10 seconds to respond to a message. Hey, busy day, I'll check for you later. That works for me because I don't need to talk to you every day, all day anyway. There is a huge difference from texting, which is mutual, and you just responding. Fuck out of here. Number 7, probably should have been number 1. Poor hygiene. That's gonna be a firm no for me. That breath ain't hitting, if them toes ain't kicking, and if them nails ain't clean, it ain't gotta be done. Just be clean. Your ass is clipped. You're a woman. It's the least you can do. And then lastly, I'm a little bit more lenient on this one because I don't expect much. We just started dating. If I see that you just innately lack nurturing qualities, it's clip. I can't teach you how to be a woman to a man. You should not teach me how to be a man to a woman. Can't teach you that. It's clip.
Stifler, ask everyone to rate their own looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Can't pick 7. Your answer?
8. Okay, yeah, I want to say 10, but like last time I said 10. I mean, not
okay,
10.
Forget about last time. Imagine this is the first time you've ever been on the show.
Okay, 10.
9. 8.
Okay, what about you?
A 10 as well.
All right, what about you?
Like a 6.8.
Can't use fractions or whatever.
Okay, 6. 6.
I was going to say 6.5, so I'll say 6.
If 1,000 men were to rate you, what would the average be?
I've been rated like a 7 before.
Okay, what do you
7
think?
or 8. 8.
Sure, okay. What about you?
7.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say 6 or 7.
I rate myself a 10, but most guys would rate me like between a 7 or a 9.
Maybe like a 6 or 7. 6?
What about you?
6.
Oh, I give myself a 5. Give myself a 5.
Give yourself more credit.
Yeah, I
Fully
think I'm like
deficient.
average looking guy.
But like, why would you want to walk around life with like that kind of like
Confidence?
insecurity?
Most guys would not rate you between a 7 or a 9. They rate you like a 2 or a 3. I mean, delusional.
It's fun to stay at the
Why the first thing y'all do is blame narcissists? Why don't y'all blame Publix, ShopRite, Costco's, McDonald's? The list goes on.
Women love when they get what they want. That's it.
You need
So there's no loyalty. Loyalty doesn't exist.
What I'm trying to say here, and any man who's been to divorce or had problems with women will agree with me and understand exactly what I'm saying. Women are loyal to how they feel. If you make them feel a certain way, then they're loyal to that feeling, which is loyal to you. Women aren't loyal to anything outside of how they feel. Men actually are more loyal than women because men, like I said, can suffer gracefully. Women can't. Men will be loyal to a society. Men will be loyal to a race. Men will be loyal to their friends. Women can't even get along for 5 minutes amongst themselves. Men will be best friends for 50 years. Men are loyal. We know loyalty completely. We'll go die in a ditch for a flag. You want to talk about loyalty? Men are loyal. Women aren't loyal. Women are, how do I feel today? You can take a woman on a private jet to a mansion in Miami and have the best time. She'll tell you how much she loves you. And then the next day when she's mad at you, she will literally say verbatim, you never give me anything. You don't take care of me. You reject me. I'm not looked after. She'll forget 12 hours before where she had the world. Because women are only care about how they feel. They don't even think. They just feel. And what they feel is absolute gospel truth. And it matters more than society, matters more than everything else. They don't give a shit about World War II. They don't give a shit their grandfathers died. They don't give a fuck about England. They don't give a fuck about anything because they only care about how they feel. Whereas a man might sit and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to suffer for the greater good of my race, my nation, my ideals. So men are loyal. Women love when they get what they want. That's it.
You need.
What's happening? What's happening? Why? Come up here. Come up here. Explain your case. Come here. Batty. Let her explain herself. What happened?
It's because I laugh really loud. I laugh like a hyena and they're mad.
Who's mad? Come up here. Explain your case. Okay, stand off to the side. Hey, perro.
All right. So this whole time, it's not just laughing. It's them talking non-stop. Just talking shit non-stop. See, everybody saying that shit.
Should we kick these bitches out?
I'm not even part of this shit. They just included me. They're like, you out. And I'm like, I didn't even say shit.
You're not a part of it, but you're talking the most. Get him out of here. Get him the out of here.
Did this woman go too far standing on business? I think yes, but I'm gonna let you make your own decision. Wow. So you really went out tonight? Yeah, why? I told you I had dinner plans. Dinner plans with who though? Today is supposed to be our night. 6 months. Jazzes, I've been asking all week to go to Red Lobster. I told you Red Lobster ain't really my vibe like that. I wanted to go to something a little bit more elevated. Girl, it's the thought that counts. And we've been together 1.5 years and you rather eat with some old friend than your own man? He is just a friend. Chill. Fur. He invited me to a nice place and honestly, it felt good to dress up and go somewhere classy for once. So you mean to tell me my money not classy enough for you? I've been working double shifts trying to make tonight special. You being dramatic. Maybe if you stepped your game up, I wouldn't need to look for a good time elsewhere. I don't know what y'all think, because me personally, I think this woman was gaslighting her man into taking her to a fancier place. But that's just me.
I mean, she's not really standing on business. She's acting silly, entitled, and ungrateful. So, I mean, there's not really an argument there. If after a year, what do you say, 1.5 years, she's acting like this, it's most definitely time to call it quits.
When a man finally makes it, the loudest voice in the room is often the one saying, but she was there with you when you had nothing. But here's the question no one really asks. What was she doing while she was there? Being present and being a partner are not the same thing. A lot of women didn't build. They didn't plan. They didn't pray. They didn't push. They didn't invest, inspire, or even try to understand the vision. All they did was stay. They sat beside the grind, but they didn't carry any weight. They stood next to the dream, but they never added a single brick. These kind of women were simply there. And they were there waiting like a hawk, waiting like an eagle, waiting like a vulture, waiting for the day they could say, I was around before the success. As if proximity alone deserves a prize. Existence by itself is not effort. And being in the same room is not the same as helping to build the house. When a man evolves and that man chooses a partner who actually matched his growth instead of merely witnessing it, my brother, that's not betrayal. People must learn to stop confusing endurance with effort. If she didn't build anything with you, she's not entitled to anything from you. And the key word is entitled. And please don't come in the comments talking about the outliers and children. And we're not talking about that. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So stop trying to warp my words to fit your narrative.
And I love what she talks about being present versus being a part of something, because a lot of modern women will, kind of hitch themselves to your show, so to speak, whatever you have going on, and let you pull and pull and pull, and they'll really do nothing. So by the time you turn around and tell them for the final time you're not doing anything, we're not on the same wavelength, and you decide to get up out of there, they're going to be upset.
But what is your point?
What do you mean? In what?
In communication, like what is
let's say let's break this down simple terms. The sink is broken, it's leaking. Yeah, we need to get a plumber. So I'm gonna call the plumber. The plumber's gonna come out and fix the sink.
Right.
That's how a man thinks, right? Let me show you how the woman thinks. What did you do to the sink?
Are we talking about?
Look at the mess you've made. Let me finish. Are you gonna let me finish, or are you gonna interrupt?
No.
Look at the mess you've made. Who's gonna clear this up? I hope you're paying for this. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with the problem and no solution. You see the difference?
I get it. I hear you. Okay. Everything you said. The sink is broken. Yeah. I know you're not a plumber. So my simple solution would be to call a plumber. Because if there was mess made from the broken sink, I know I'm going to clean it. But I'm not going to make more mess. I can't fix the sink. You can't fix the sink. We call a plumber.
You know, the plumber was an analogy, right? It had nothing to do with a plumber or a broken sink. You really just didn't get anything I just said, did you?
But I don't know why you would use that analogy, because you don't really you're not a plumber.
See? It's about attacking me rather than hearing what I'm saying.
I'm not attacking you.
It's
but
okay.
I've got to say, you've got a whole shed of tools, yeah? You bought all of these tools.
You didn't
but
hear
you don't use them because
a
I know
single
that's not your thing.
word I said.
Because you're woman fashion.
I'm what?
You're
oh my! So now you're gonna go on the defensive and make me out to be a bad guy?
No, but you make me out to be the bad guy.
How?
Every time.
Which part did I just make you out to be a bad person? Because hold on.
And I hope you're gonna pay for that. I would never be like that.
I didn't finish.
I actually would never be like that.
You didn't understand a word I just said. Not a word, but it's okay. You proved my point.
And she's still talking. Stop talking. Learn to slow down and listen. Just stop talking.
When I got with him, I'm like, oh, you got a prize. That's all I ever knew. I'm like, I'm beautiful, I'm gifted, I'm talented. I ain't slept with all your friends. I ain't been out here. I'm not a hoe. I don't have a track record. I'm just listing off the things. I'm telling you, year one, I was like, oh, I'm trash. I'm like, I am terrible at this. As you just stated, because when you are single, especially when you just got girlfriends around you, your girlfriends are not telling you about yourself. I'm sorry, they're not. Especially if you are beautiful and bossed up. So you most likely got a bunch of yes women around you anyways. Ain't nobody really pulling friends aside saying, hey, I noticed you kind of be lying a lot. Or I noticed you kind of, you be tripping and snapping and popping off all the time. Like, what's going on with this anger? I noticed that you might want to go to therapy. Friends don't. Now, mine, yes. But most friends aren't really doing that. It isn't until you get married, if you pay attention, where you're like, oh my goodness, I have a lot of work to do. Those first 3-4 years, I was shocked at how trash I was. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know I could be this bad. I'm impatient. I am angry. I have so much trauma and toxicity in me. I think I'm right. I say I want a leader, but I want to be one. I say I want him to wear the pants, but nigga, move aside. I want to wear them. Actually, I say I want you to be in control, but I think I'm smarter. I have pride. I have ego.
I've seen this video on Instagram. This guy, he proposed to his girl. When he proposed to his girl, she said yes, but she said, you know what? Yes, but I still got some closure that I need to map out with my ex. So in the video, it's the boyfriend's in the car.
This is caught on.
This is on camera. Fiance is in the car. She's on the porch and she's holding, like hugging the ex-boyfriend, and she comes back to the car and she's crying in the tears, and he's like, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, everything is okay. And he's like, all right, cool. And he reverses out of the driveway and they head home. Question for you guys. Let's say your fiance said, you know what? It's somebody who I need to have some closure for. Would you allow her to go get this closure, or would you renege your proposal?
I'm not that emotionally mature enough, and I'm not that secure enough to be like, yeah, go speak to him. And I don't have a problem admitting that. No, you can't go speak to him. We've been in a relationship for X amount of time. What are we talking about closure? That shit should have been closed, door shut, slam, finito, a long time ago.
Adios, muchacho.
Christmas canceled. What are we talking about, right? And people gonna say, man, you guys are insecure.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not secure in that.
Yeah. Exactly right. That's foolishness. Now, if the brother calls you or texts you out the blue and says, hey, man, I just wanted to apologize for X, Y, and Z, like somehow they get a hold of your information, because people be doing that. They get a hold of your information. Hey, man, I got your number from so-and-so, or and then they have to fool around and go and correct so-and-so for doing that. But, hey, I got your number from so-and-so, and I just want to apologize for da-da-da-da and this and that. That's all I wanted to say. But, hope you're doing well, and yeah, have a nice life or whatever. Cool. But you going out there seeking it and going after it, nah, that ain't it.
How long y'all been together? What's wrong with this guy? What do you do for a living, bro?
I own a taco shop.
He owns a taco shop. What do you do? You're a legal assistant. Owner. How old are you? 24? 23, look at that, perfect! Oh, Kobe and Jordan, bitch. That shit. Look, all you gotta do is wisen up, man. First of all, what do you do for a living, bro? Owner, look at it, owner too. You're not stupid, right? That's your man. See, she ain't stupid. What do you do for a living? Assistant. Why don't you learn from these other assistants and the owner.
Why do niggas stand up when they pee? Y'all know y'all can sit down too. Like, y'all always doing dumb shit.
Did you just get struck by fucking lightning? What the fuck? That was a great time for the video to end, bro. What the fuck? I need to know. Where is this woman at? Is she alive?
Never feed their egos.
Is it cool if I grab your number though? I can't take you on a date? Why? Oh, okay, no worries. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm in love with you. What's your name?
Ashley.
Huh?
Ashley.
Are you from Australia?
It won't work. Take your number.
Oh, yeah, it would work. It would work.
You want ready?
It would work.
Already?
What?
That's fun.
Who's this? I have no idea what this girl is.
You see how she rejected him? She curved him. She wasn't interested. But she didn't want him talking to anyone else. She didn't want him giving his attention away. That was supposed to be reserved all for her. And what did she do? She came to hate. You know why? Because she couldn't accept the rejection. She couldn't accept his indifference. Indifference is a woman's kryptonite. Why do you think they hate nonchalant men? They always say that, I hate nonchalant men. You don't give them the reaction that they want, they can't stand it. That's the same thing how women say, how come when we reject men, they unsend their DM? Why do you care? That's because rejection to a lot of women is an ego boost. They get to look at it like, oh, look at all these men that want me and that I turned down. And they use it as a sense of validation and a way to boost their ego. A lot of y'all don't realize how much power that you have and your attention. I mean, as a whole, if we were more selective with who we gave our attention to, a lot of these egos wouldn't exist. It's a dirty game. Stay focused though.
You know, I think men just sitting in their DMs gives them the option to respond or not. You know, when you unsend your DM in some situations, it takes back them being able to come down the road and say, oh, well, you know, he was in my DMs for 5 years and I finally gave him a chance. Well, they really can't say that no more because you unsent your message and now they can't come back and say, I'm bored. You know, I decided to give him a chance and, you know, look how it turned out to be. So ladies, give that guy in your DMs a chance. You know, it's all an option. It's all about the option of how I want to write my story. I might not want to talk to you today. I might want to talk to you 5 years from now. And in that 5 years, okay, I'm ready to talk to you. I've been with X amount of people and, you know, it's all a part of my story. You should accept me for that and a whole bunch of other foolishness. But when you take that message back, it's like, dang, you know, now I got to be the one to reach out and ask why he unsent the message.
The minute a man becomes submissive, you don't want him.
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with men. Why are you guys like this?
It's real simple. It's because if we give in to a woman's desires to manipulate us and form us the way they want, then they get bored with us really quickly and they go away. So we have to treat them a little like, otherwise you guys just bolt because you're bored.
How do you keep women around? What is your game, sir?
Don't succumb to that, like them wanting you to love them so much.
How's this working out for you?
Well, the last time I did succumb, I was fine for 2 years. 2 years in this relationship, just waking up every day and going, you could leave tomorrow. And then the minute I fell in love, I gave her everything. She went and took off.
She got the ick?
Yep.
What happens when you fall in love? Like, do you become like lame?
No, it's just, you know, it's you kind of give them the impression that there's nothing they can do that would make you leave them. And once you do that,
once a woman feels safe, she's out.
Yep.
So you got to keep her on her toes?
Exactly.
So you kind of have to be like a little bit of an aloof asshole?
A little bit. That's the way the game works. It's you guys. The minute a man becomes submissive, you don't want him.
I like a guy who's obsessed with me.
And it's funny because she's not even sure that she believes what she just said there at the end.
Is it invasive then for the guy to not want to date you because you've slept with 20 men in the past 3 years?
No, but I do think it's heavily judgmental.
Would you date a guy who works at McDonald's?
No,
So you're judging
What kind
him
of judgment
based-
is that? How
Listen,
judgy.
I think body counts between like 10 to 30 in today's society is like normal, honestly.
Let me ask a different question. Assume you were a virgin. Would it be invasive if somebody asked your body count then?
Yes. I still wouldn't tell anybody because I feel like guys take advantage of women who have low experience.
Do you think then that most women's answers, when they answer that it's invasive or they don't like it or this type of things because they have themselves a high body count?
Not necessarily. I don't even consider myself to be in that category. I just don't think it's a man's business. Like why? Like what benefit do you gain knowing who I've slept with in the past? Like,
So we can disqualify you from dating. I want to know so I can make a determination of, do I want to date this person, yes or no? I don't want, like, I would want that information.
I fucked a recently divorced mother. I don't know if any of you have ever done that, but recently divorced mothers just look for some guy to have intercourse with while they go look for, you know, another husband or somebody to date or something. And that girl wanted me to be that guy. I told her, let me get this straight. You want to date other guys and just have me have intercourse with you? And she said, yeah, you know, I'll just use you for physical stuff, but I'll go on dates with guys I'm trying to actually be serious with. And I said, so you want a guy to buy you dinner and then you're going to call me over to come fuck you? And she said, yeah, what's the problem with that? I don't care if a guy's talking to other girls while he's dating me. And I was like, I don't want to fucking do that to these poor guys. I don't even know these fucking people, but at the end of the day, they're boys, and boys got to be there for boys. And she said, you're going to really feel bad for the guys I'm dating? You don't even know them. I said, it doesn't fucking matter. We're part of the same species. So I stopped talking to this lady completely. I just couldn't believe it. Like, imagine that shit. You go out to dinner with a girl, you think she likes you, and then my dumb ass plows her. I don't want nothing to do with that. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you. So.
And honestly, it shows a recklessness of your behavior, because those men might be spending money, like a lot of money. And let's take a step back and say, maybe they're not rich, or maybe they're not millionaires. Maybe they don't make six figures, but they're spending whatever they have. I think somebody did the calculations. I think was it the Dear Wifey, Future Wifey podcast? I can't remember. But basically it was saying the average salary for a man was like, I don't know, $40-something thousand, right? And he broke it down to somewhere around $600 or $700 a week. And so he said a man having to pay for a $120 date, which is around the average of what a date costs. I think it was $60 to $120. Him having to pay, let's say, $90 to $100 for a date is a significant portion of his weekly earnings. A significant portion. He could have paid a bill with that just on somebody that he doesn't even know. It's a crapshoot. It's really very random. You don't think that over time that man's not going to like that? And he's not going to feel some type of way of him continuing to take you on dates while you're going over there and messing with other dudes? You're putting that man directly in the line of fire.
You're telling me you've gone the whole day without speaking to him, and you've had X, Y, and Z on your mind, and the second that you get him on the phone, you can't even ask him how his day was? Why would anybody expect you to be their peace when you are not peaceful? I am so convinced that the majority of women do not know how to hold a safe space. I would venture to say for anybody, but for men specifically, when it comes to self-regulation and checking yourself prior to having somebody's attention, the first thing you want to do is lash out. I'm not answering anybody's phone calls if I know that stress is awaiting me on the other side. You have to be able to integrate that type of shadow work internally before you externally pour into somebody else. So if you haven't already gone through your checks and balances, why are you bringing it to somebody else? I personally take pride in making the person that I'm dealing with breathe easily. I'm not here to add to your plate. If I've become the person that makes your day heavier, then I need to check myself. Luckily, self-regulation doesn't allow you to get that far, but I feel like that's what the majority of people, men and women, lack a lot of the times. You have to equally bring safety and peace to this unity. Otherwise, what are we talking about? 9 times out of 10, if I've already done my inventory check within myself, then by the time I reach you, that shit don't even matter. There's this volatility that You just spew. And just because you consider that an intimate space because you're allowing, no holds barred, like, that's not love, dog. That's not it's not healthy. And so a lot of women specifically think that they can just lash out, and because this man's supposed to be strong and grounded, that she can say and do whatever she wants and then sweep it under the rug later. When I think of self-discipline, when I think of self-regulation, I think of a specific confidence that exudes out of someone. If you can't observe and just listen and put your emotions really on the back burner, just to show up for whatever that man needs, like, that's step one.
I love you! Oh my god, is that your boyfriend? Not anymore, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh my god, sit down, sit down. Sit down, go sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Have a seat. What?
Oh my goodness, Valentine! This isn't a skit. This is someone's actual life. This is someone's actual fucking girlfriend. This is why I will forever say if you have a girlfriend in a big 2-5, it's a fucking modern day humiliation ritual.
When guys only want to date girls that are like much younger than them, because it has to do with control and dominance. When the girl clearly, like, when they're much younger, don't really know what's going on yet.
Okay.
They're too young, so they're being manipulated.
So older men who want to date younger women.
Yeah, like you're trying to manipulate and control them.
Well, I mean, heaven forbid a man find a woman who's at her peak physical attractiveness attractive.
But why?
I to be honest with you, sir, I thought this was just going to be thrown out. We had a date, one date, and nothing else after that. And now I'm being sued for $10,000. I don't see how this is going to go any further. I think it's a waste of your time.
In that letter, he lied. And then that's what brought forth the perjury. It was never perjury in the beginning. It was perjury after his response.
Well, you can't say, listen, he has the right to put whatever is in the answer.
I'm not saying he can't, but
you can't add another count because you don't like or you disagree with what is in his answer.
If he responds and his response is a lie, it's perjury, then my documents will prove that he lied in his response.
No. It's his version. First of all, do you understand what perjury is?
Yes, I understand perjury is a lie. I know what perjury means.
Perjury is a statement, a false statement made under oath. So
exactly, and I got documents that prove he was lying.
You don't understand. It's a false statement made under oath. Under oath.
That stated a
when did he testify to something that he lied about? It's a false statement made under oath.
Bottom line is, you said it's a criminal offense, so I will send it to circuit court. Are we done here?
No, you don't understand, ma'am. You don't understand.
Are we done here? Are we done here?
Perjury is
perjury means. I know exactly what perjury means. I know what perjury means. Are we done here?
You don't.
Is it a criminal offense or not?
What statement? I don't see anything in the complaint that says he made some false statement under oath.
Because you don't know what happened. You're on the outside looking in.
But I can also transfer the venue to circuit.
Yes, that's what I thought, because there were other cases that should have been transferred somewhere else. So that's okay.
Ma'am, what about his costs associated with appearing because you filed it in the wrong court?
I need to see because I was not aware, since you said perjury was not on there, I was not aware that a criminal offense for intentional infliction of emotional distress was considered a criminal offense there, that it had to be
I didn't say that. That is not what I said.
Yes,
that is not what I said.
I said
that no, I didn't. You said that.
Did. You stated
I said that circuit.
You stated.
And the way that she's handling, misusing, trying to weaponize the legal system is what a lot of men talk about. They do it in divorce, and they're just trying to do it for some reason during dating. It's gotten so stupid that they're doing this type of nonsense while dating.
Okay, so in this post, sis said she got broken up because she don't fuck enough. Like, it's funny, but it's not. Because me and my sister was having this conversation, and I already said, personally, I probably would have, if I was a dude, I'd have broke up with her ass too. And she said, damn. Let me elaborate, because for me, like, that is actually a very important part of a relationship for me. And I feel as if maybe that conversation wasn't had. Maybe she didn't know the importance to her partner. I would hope they had communicated that, tried to talk it through before he made the decision to break up with her. But in all honesty, he did the right thing, because the fact isn't it better to leave than to cheat? Like, we talk about how we don't want to be cheated on, but you can't expect somebody to stay if they feel as if their needs are not being met. That's just my little 2 cents on it. Because if my needs not being met, baby, I'm finna leave. I'm finna leave. There ain't no point in continuing this. That's just all I got to say.
They be quick to say I still hit though, but for how long, Kyle?
Does it matter?
You're not gonna tell them how you couldn't laugh through Drake's verse in the beginning of the song?
Why does that matter?
I still hit though. Only took you 30 seconds to quit though.
Women have been trying their hardest to figure out ways to debunk and deflate this very statement. But sweetheart, I'm here to tell you, it's indestructible. This statement never misses. It does not matter what the fuck you say. Because if you let him hit at some point in time, you thought he was that nigga. And that's all he needed to gain leverage. No matter how much you try to bash him, no matter how short the session was, no matter if it was small or not, sweetheart, it does not matter. He still hit. You agreed to the terms. You saw what you saw with your own 2 eyes and still laid down and took it. I know y'all trying y'all best to not have to deal with this shit, but it ain't never going nowhere. That very statement would be a nigga's superpower to the end of time. Shit, I myself use it occasionally, if necessary, of course. But it's okay though. Every good player has a move that no one can stop. This is our MJ fadeaway. This is our mellow jab step. This is our AI crossover. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Your best option is to accept it for what it is. Ball up top. Y'all keep the change.
My best friend and her boyfriend got into a huge fight, and I don't know whose side to be on. So they're going to the Weeknd concert, and my friend is a diehard fan, and they got front row tickets. And she shaved just in case. And her boyfriend got super pissed at her, and now he's not letting them go, and they spent $800 on their tickets. This whole situation is just insane. What do you guys think?
This is not even a question that we need to even entertain. She's an idiot. End of story.
Women naturally cannot be loyal. They can't. From a biological standpoint, they're loyal to the best man that they can get only. But once that man is not able to provide security anymore, she loses interest, she loses respect first, then she loses interest. Next thing you know, she's not fucking you, she's not sucking you no more. But if you flip it, my girl loses her job, etc. Men are actually the more loyal ones, by far. Because here's the problem. You're conflating, this is where, I see where the issue is. Your definition of loyalty, you're giving it to both genders if it's the same.
Yeah.
And the reality is it's not. Your job as a woman is to be loyal sexually, through sexual fidelity. My job is to be loyal to you by protecting and providing for you.
And sexually.
No.
Yes.
No. Because a woman's main commodity is her sexuality. A man's main commodity is not his sexuality, it's his ability to provide security. Is it easy for a woman to get sex?
Of course it is.
Is it easy for a man to get sex?
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Let's have fun with this if you think it's so easy.
Go on.
I'm the girl. How you gonna riz me up?
I'm not a man. I would never riz you
I
up.
thought you said it was easy.
Yeah, because
It's easy. Riz me up.
I'm not a man.
I'm the girl.
I
Riz
don't
me
have
up.
to
What does it take to
know
get
the
a date?
person. Let's ask a girl on a date.
It's that easy. You go on a
Women
date
and
with
you're
every single guy.
ugly. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Okay.
Would it be fair to say that you are very picky on who you go on dates with?
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Very
You
fair.
just proved my point.
It's grown men on here shooting their shot, and if you don't reply back on time, they will unsend their message.
Sure did. Sure did. They better than me, okay? They just unsent their message. Me personally, you leave me on red, I'm gonna tell you right now. Nigga, I'm blocking you. Stop playing. It's a brother in your DM right now that sent you every angle of his beef and balls. I ain't even disrespect you like that. I said good morning. I said good morning. And I hear y'all. Dre, you don't think that's a little sassy for you to unsend a message? Watch this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
No.
This is a sick Negro.
Women are fucking awful, right? And I don't mean every single woman, right? I mean just women that I talk to for some fucking reason. Let me tell you guys something. I was talking to this girl, and we were gonna hang out, and I wanted the first date to be yogurt. I always go with froyo as the first date because, it's low risk. If the girl fucking hates me, she could leave. Like, it's simple. It's for her benefit, not fucking mine. And this girl told me that she don't like sit-downs. It makes her feel like she's getting interviewed. So I don't know how the fuck she's ever gonna go on a date ever, because dates require you to talk to one another. But she said she didn't like that. I was like, okay, you want to go to the gym? She works out. And she was like, no, that's weird. I was like, okay. I got a pool table at my store. You want to come and play some pool? We can do that. She's like, no, that's weird. I understand that one. And then I mentioned like 4 other things. She denies all of them. And I was like, what the fuck? This bitch wants me to take her fucking ice fishing. She don't like them. She says, those are low effort. So I say, you know what? See you later. Then she hits me up later on. So I talk to her again, and then she wants to go to Topgolf. I'm like, all right, fine. But, some shit happened where we couldn't go. And then it was like it was Father's Day. She was asking me if she wanted to go to Topgolf. I was like, yeah, I'd do that. But the bays are all taken. It's fucking Father's Day. And she's like, oh, maybe you can go and wait for a bay. I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not going to go my dumbass wait and then hit her up if it's fucking available. Then I tell her, why don't we just fucking go for a walk in this like nice part of town, right? And this is a very popular place. She tells me this shit. And I tell her, I don't want to fucking see you anymore. I didn't even tell her see you later. I just said, I don't want to fucking see you. Just, here's a tip for you boys and girls. Girls, fucking lower your fucking expectations for the first day. I don't know who the fuck you think you are. And boys, don't ever take no shit. Anyway, sir.
Modern women always want you to do things that are convenient for them. And they have the option. Once again, we talked about men unsending their messages or DMs and women getting upset. They always want the option. Well, why don't you sit in line for me so we can go to this place? And she would have ended up ghosting dude. She would have ended up saying, oh, well, I can't make it tonight, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. These modern women will flake on you and then expect you to take it in stride and be like, well, that's what men are for. That's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to be here to serve us. I think there was a woman that said something like she was trying to pursue another dude and he didn't like her. And there was a dude that actually did like her. And she wanted to go to a certain place. The guy that didn't like her obviously wouldn't giving her no time of day. But the dude that did like her sat on the phone for, I think, what did he say? 4-5 hours maybe? I could be wrong. Maybe more, maybe less. But he spent a lot of time on that phone trying to basically wait until they got a reservation that canceled so he can jump in and get the reservation. He eventually did. And when he told her about it, she was like, oh, we don't want to go there. And he just wasted his time. And they wonder why they don't get courted anymore.
My friend's boyfriend pays for everything. Her bills, her rent, her hair, her nails, all that. She don't pay nothing. She don't work. One day, they invite me out for lunch. I say, sure. I knew he was going to pay for my meal because he's just that type of guy. But at some point within lunch, they just started arguing. She say something crazy. He responds, shut your broke ass up. For some odd reason, she looks shocked, right? She looks at me and is like, did you hear what he just said to me? I said, girl, yes, shut your broke ass up. He was about to pay for my lunch. I only brought $20. The way she was talking to him was almost as if she paid the light bill. I literally sat there. I said, they not about to have lights tonight. She about to cut that shit off. No, girl, you need to cut that shit out. Know your place, because you can't afford a new one. How you forget your ass is broke? I ain't forget. That's why I ain't say nothing to him.
We're here to listen. We are not here to judge.
2.5 years, and we just welcomed our first baby 6 months ago.
Aww.
I work construction, and my wife stays home with a baby. But yeah, I'm the one bringing in the paycheck. For the last 2 years, I've been saving every extra dollar for a house down payment.
Tough right now with housing prices.
We managed to stash about $21,000.
Hey, okay, 21 grand. Let's go.
It's not a fortune, but for us, it's huge. So here's where everything kind of went sideways. Our cat, turns out he's got this aggressive cancer on his jaw. Vet says they can try a surgery and chemo combo that might buy in time, but it's 17 grand up front and no promise. My wife loves that cat and wants to go all in for the treatment.
There's two things that you can't say about: pets and kids.
technically we do have 21K, but that's the whole house fund. And even if the surgery works, the vet said recovery's rough. We'd need more follow-up visits, meds, maybe another procedure, could be thousands more. I tried to explain the math. You know, if we spend it, we reset the clock on the house. Now she barely talks to me. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I love my wife. I love our baby. Heck, I even love the cat. But I also dreamed of handing her house keys this time next year.
No, if she was his girlfriend, it would be easy. But there is no way if you brought to the table, this is the money for our child or for this cat, I would tell her, okay, let's go. Let me take the cat to the doctor. I would call the doctor ahead of time and let the doctor know I want to put the cat down. I would take the cat to the doctor and humanely put that cat down without my wife. She may hate you in the short term, but you did the right thing for your child in the long term.
You really shouldn't have to do this, to be honest. You really shouldn't have to put the cat down behind her back, quote unquote. You should be on board with whatever he's talking about. I mean, this is what men are talking about when we talk about the logical choice. You mean to tell me I'm trying to, and I worked, by the way, for this 21 grand. You mean to tell me that I'm going to take that 21 grand and spend it on a cat versus a house? A cat versus a house. And this is how modern women think. This is how they process things. Let's go all in, regardless of you working to get a house and make a better life for me and our child. Let's spend it on the cat. Come on, man.
Let me teach y'all some etiquette right here. You see how on camera, live, in the microphone, she said she had to pee? That is poor etiquette, right? See, I used to send my women to etiquette school. You know what they say? You never announce you're going to the bathroom because nobody wants to picture that. All you say is, excuse me. That's all you say is, excuse me. Got a lot of work to do. What you should have done when I politely tried to correct your etiquette, right? You should have said, you know what? Noted. I'm going to do that next time because you're right.
Instead, you could have told me that off of the camera, but
well, you said you had to pee. You said you had to pee on camera.
Okay, but you corrected me on live,
well,
so I'm gonna talk
we
my
not
shit
supposed.
on live.
So we not supposed to be real on here.
We could be real.
So don't you think that's a better way to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You want to know some other things I learned etiquette? Teach her cutlery. Does she know how to eat peas with a fork? It's a very specific way to do it. I bet she doesn't know. And when you give her that game, she can go into certain places and feel respected. Because what you guys don't understand is people on higher levels with etiquette, that you can dress the part, you can talk the part, but then you give yourself away with how you move. And it immediately lets them know and detects you of not being one of them. That's what a lot of women don't even know. They could come, they could dress right, they could talk right, they could have the look, but they're moving in ways that they don't know that's giving themselves away to these men that let them know, like, you're not from here. This is not your normal environment. So teach your woman that, teach yourself that. Matter of fact, go get my etiquette guide. Everything that we learned in these weekend-long New York trips for etiquette, I put all it.
I want to say that I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think maybe he might have been able to tell her afterwards, hey, just by the way, I wouldn't necessarily say I gotta pee online. I guess we've said stuff like this so much that you kind of don't even notice it, but I do agree with him. You can look the part and you can dress the part, but people on a certain level will automatically know that you don't belong there because of how you move. And I think that's the problem with a lot of modern women today. They look the part, they dress the part, they might even talk the talk, but when they start moving and they start exhibiting certain behaviors, the people on a higher level, they won't say anything, but they might just say, man, I used to do that when I was X, Y, and Z level. And they might just tap each other on the man. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. So I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. And that's what they're going to say. They're not going to say too much, but you're not going to get invited to too much else, right? You might be invited here and there, especially if you're connected with somebody else, but just know they kind of have you pegged at that point in time as somebody that's not really on that level. And I would also say to that, it depends on how you receive the correction, how you receive coaching, because some people will know that you're not on that level, but some people, depending on how coachable you are, will pull you to the side and they'll say, hey, you know, and some people kind of work into the conversation. They'll work in, they'll ease you into the conversation, and then you kind of leave like, oh, they were kind of correcting me. They're helping me out. They were looking out for me. But then some people will be a little bit more harsh about it. I've had some older men and some older women. They didn't mince words with me. they didn't mince words. You know, young man. Da 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 da. And so, you know, if they want you to know something, they're going to let you know. But your spirit and your attitude has to be coachable. So you got to look out for that.
Bitches be like, oh my God, Miami not ready for us. Huh? Like Miami and she 3 whores before with no money. That's not about to be friends after this trip. Bitch, go ahead.
Who has the final say in a relationship, you or your man?
I think the woman, me.
Okay, let me ask you a
like-
question. Should the person that has the most responsibility have the most authority?
I think all in all, yeah.
All in all, yeah. Then who has the most responsibility in a relationship, the man or the woman? Generally.
I think the man.
The man.
Mhm.
So shouldn't the man have the authority?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so that means that the man should have the final say.
Gotcha, bitch.
If I take 25 years out of the workforce to raise 6 of your kids, I have less of a burden.
Yeah.
Going
How do you not have
50-50,
less of a burden?
We
That's
paying 50.
manual labor. What if
Oh,
you're just-
that's manual labor.
What if-
I think that any job you can do in your pajamas can't be that hard.
Truly, if you came
them on
home
my
and
iPad.
your wife was in her pajamas every day,
Mhm.
would that not like turn you off or make you feel a certain type of way?
I don't. Here's what most men want as the outcome for their children, who, for the most part, by the way, are sent off to public school, and she's not watching them do nothing. Even if she stays at home and she raises them, and on top of raising them, homeschools them, right? And she does that in her pajamas, then that's still the least lazy thing she could be doing in comparison to sending them off to public school. So yeah, when you're talking about the labor added and what they have to do to raise kids, they mostly outsource that anyway.
Outsourcing takes time too.
Oh yeah, they have to go wave at the school bus. It's a rough gig. They have
No,
to
but
get
the
their ass up at 6
organization-
a.m. to get them on a school
Well,
bus.
do you
It's a
ever
rough
think
gig.
about how much it would cost you to pay a nanny, to pay a house cleaner, to pay a private chef, to pay like all these
And then
individual
let's reverse
jobs?
it. Well, let's just reverse it then. Okay, but what about how much it would cost for you to be able to stay at home all day and do absolutely nothing and have cable television, have trash paid for, have your electric paid for, have all of your utilities, have vacations given to you, have all of that? That also has a high cost, a significant cost associated with it. So as you're bitching about, wait a second, my maid service should be compensated. It's like, well, your living expenses are already compensated. You have to do nothing for it.
And he does have a point. A lot of modern women like to say that they're not getting compensated, but you're at the house. You are at the house. Not saying that you're not doing anything. Well, I'm not. Well, you don't. You're not having to go out there and work for your expenses to be paid. So, I mean, you're being compensated in a way. I don't understand why that's so hard to understand. Y'all be trying to talk about how y'all are so much. Y'all sit up in that house all day, upset, ruminating, just sitting on it, just in your head all day, trying to think about how much more and how much better of a parent you are than your partner. And you got to be careful of that. Well, I'm here and I know the baby's crying. I know this, and this. And he didn't even know the change or what this cry meant or that the baby wanted this type of thing. And I know that because I'm here all day. And if he didn't work all the time and took time to do X, Y, and Z, then he would know. Be careful of that. Because you're going to sit up here and think that you're better than what he is. And then at some point in time, you're going to be in his shoes. And then your mouth is going to close a little bit more. And your attitude is going to be taken down a couple of notches.